come to one and all, especially to our National Executive Committee members for the Golden Jubilee term. Today we celebrate the glorious 50 years of design, knowledge and experience. Truly a Golden Jubilee year of the foundation that will progressively continue to grow and an incredibly proud and momentous occasion to one and all. Institute of Indian Interior Designers, popularly known as IIID, was founded in 1972 to establish good professional and trade practices and ethics amongst its members and to highlight and enhance the image of the interior design profession and exchange know-how with similar organizations within the country and abroad. Today, with over 8,000 members and in 33 chapters and centers across India, IIID is a true representative of the interior design fraternity within the country as well as globally. We would like to heartily congratulate and welcome our newly elected National Executive Committee members, President Saroj Wadia, immediate past President Jabin Zacarias, President-elect Jignesh Modi, Vice President Rajiv Nelivital, Honorary Secretary Shamini Shankar, Joint Honorary Secretary Aditya Kambatla, NEC member Leena Nimbalkar, NEC member Neeraj Shah, NEC member Bindi Saulapurkar, NEC member Ganesh Kumar Wable, NEC member Anshuman Sharma, NEC member Yogesh Thakkar, NEC member Mehul Kamdar, NEC member Prashant Reddy, and NEC member Sunita Varghese. Now, without much further ado, yes, I think they deserve a huge round of applause, guys. Thank you. Now, without much further ado, let me invite our young and dynamic chairperson, IIID Goa, Krishna Faldesai.
Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to our President, Architect Saroj Wadia ji, our immediate past President Jabin Zacarias ji, and all our Honorary Secretary Shamini Shankar ji, and Adit Kambatla, our Joint Honorary Secretary Jignesh Modi ji, our President-elect and Honorary Treasurer, and all our NEC members. I welcome you to Goa. We also have our past chairmen, Architect Rita Modi ji is there, Architect Siddharth Naik is there, and we also have other chairpersons on their way, so they'll be joining us soon. I have to take a deep breath. It's like a dream for us, because what a moment. It's a big historic moment for entire India, and and we are hosting it here in Goa, so it's a proud moment for Goa. We all in Goa are part of a history now, because 50 years is a big achievement for any institution. Institutions like this cannot be built in a day. It is built brick by brick, and it takes a lot of efforts, to come up with such an institution. We should thank on this day to all our founder members. They have taken the efforts, and because of them, we are seeing this day. So let's give a loud applause to all our founder members. Being a part of this historic movement, I'm little overwhelmed or overjoyed. So lot of things needs to be said, but we have our national president and all other dignitaries present, so they will say the things. But few things what I want to put forward is, first of all, very thankful that Goa has been chosen for this occasion. The visit to Dandeli has been memorable, because we were talking on the way that we are, the whole feeling that we are being a part of a history was really great, and our members should be very proud of this, that we are, proud member of this great institution. I will only see one dream we see for Goa. One is the empowerment which we are talking about. So nationally, when our national team is over here, I feel they should all work towards empowering all the members. Then the members get converted into leaders. So that is very important. Another dream which we see for Goa is a design center. I request the NEC members who are there, our members, senior members are there, to take it forward. We want to have a space of our own where we can discuss design, we can learn from each other, the youngsters can join us, and we can research in design. So that is something which is required, and we need a support from NEC for that. So I request all our dignitaries to give us that support and nurture center like Goa and other centers, and of course all the chapters, and take IIID forward. So next 50 years we should be marching forward. With this, I end my speech, and thank honor to Goa. So all our members should be very proud of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishna. May I now call upon NEC member Sunita Varghese to kindly say the prayer to Bharat.
इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण, फूल खुशियों के बांटे सभी को, सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुबन, बैर होना किसी का किसी से, भावना मन में बदले की होना, हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, दूर अज्ञान के हो अंधेरे, तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे, हर बुराई से बचते रहे हम, जितनी भी दे भली जिंदगी दे, अपनी करुणा का जल तू बहा कर दे पावन हर एक मन का कोना, हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना।
That was such a powerful prayer rendition. Thank you, Sunita. Okay, now on today we mark our 50 years of foundation, and let's all go down the memory lane. 50 years back, reminiscing the fond memories. To take us down those glorious memory lane, let me invite our own Yatin Kanolkar. Yatin Kanolkar, based in Panjim, finished his architecture studies in 1991, Shivaji University. He's a postgraduate diploma in urban planning and development, postgraduate diploma in disaster management, post-graduation diploma in environmental and sustainable development. He started his private practice in 1993, working on various projects in architectural and interior, in residential, commercial, industrial, having firms in architecture and design. He's a visiting professor in Goa College of Architecture for more than 24 years. Last 6 years in IIID National Institute of Construction Management and Research. He's a guest lecturer at Kolhapur, Mysore, Pune, Bangalore for Architecture Interior. Life member of Institution of Values. He joined IIID as associate member in 1993, executive member, National Board from 2006 to 2015. Past honorary secretary, National Board 2012 to 2015. Please help me welcome Yatin Khanolkar.
Nice introduction, thanks. First and foremost, I would like to thank Saraswati ji for giving me opportunity for talking about IID for the last 50 years. My apologies because don't have, my voice is not good. First and foremost, when IID started and how it started, and to talk about all these things, it will be taking a long time. And the time what is given to me is 20 minutes. I will try to summarize all the things because there are more than 22 slides which are having only of the chairman, of the president only, and what they have done. But if you want to know something more about IID, I have done IID, or I have learned IID, or I have been learning this subject on IID in 4 different ways. First, I look into terms of valuation. I look in terms of economy. I look in terms of design. I look in terms of talk about history. I have looked into history means there is something to do with time. And first important thing, if you put on X and Y axis, this parameters, economy, valuation, management and designer. The first 2 are mainly for the trade members or trade fraternity, and the second, third and the fourth are for designers. You have to look into all the 3 perspectives in valuation, management and design in totality. Right? On this topic I will not be talking more about this, but the timeline has been made. More important is how Planning Commission has looked into why IID came into picture, what was the idea behind it. I am not talking in depth about all the things. And if you see the timeline which had gone away up to Niti Aayog in 2015, and my disclaimer that I have not been talking anything after 2015 because I was not in connect with IID from 2015 till today. So my apologies because I was not clear about the logo also, because the love for IID was that strong that old logo is always there in my heart. So the logo had been there of the old one, because I have seen this logo in 1992 and I have seen this also. Now, when I talk about this thing, I will not be talking anything about the philosophy, or I will not be talking about the leadership of anything, of any of the group. First important thing, we have to understand 2 acts which is known as MRPT Act and Architect Act. I will not be going into the details of the entire thing. This act are something to do with the trade members, and the second act is talking about Architect Act. When I am talking about the timeline of all the things, there are different things which have been talked about. Third and 74th Amendment Act, which took place in 1992. I'll be talking about LPG, which is liberalization, privatization, globalization, which have taken place in 1991. I'll be talking something about the recession period which took in 2001, 2007. I'll be talking something about the pandemic thing to a certain extent later on. But if you see the timeline, I'll not be going into the details about the timeline. You have to correlate it on all the 4 parameters which I am talked about. It is left with you how you want to judge it and how you are going to take forward this thing. I will not be talking more about it. So this discussion took place from the trade members and from the interior designers thing. And if you read the Inside magazine, which I had, the new Inside magazine where along with Kulin Kanji, who is known as the father of interior, which was written in the book. I have just taken that from the book, from the Inside magazine, and I'm quoting this. Most of the things from 1992 onward, I have a document with me. Prior to 1991, I have not got that much information. Whatever I have collected it, whichever photographs I had, I am putting it there. I have not putting anything about 2015 onwards, anything. I have put all the committee members, their philosophy of the entire thing, what I have learned from my presidents, the intake from them I have been putting into. What did meeting was? From the act you can understand, you recall all the things, how it will be talking about, what the meeting might be and what will be the input of the entire thing from the 2 meetings. Next, the first, this was a past present where we know very little about it. But the thing was, the main idea, when we started in 1972, I talked about the act little bit. They came together thinking that they will be creating a new profession which is known as interior designer. The role of Indian Plywood Company, which is Kulan Chandji, what one of the directors planned for some other reason. I will not talk about all the things. You correlate with all the act and everything, because there are different parameters for it, which we can discuss in another forum, but not this forum. Then, if you read from what they have told me, that there were few people who came together for the meeting. It was Bilmoria, Saras Randive, Srinivasji, Bharadwaj, J.D. Dikotsa from Goa, was one of the main pioneers who was the secretary later on. And if you read the books, it was written that Majetia, who was the secretary that time, left. And then he took over. And I have never met him, Dikotsa, but Dikotsa was there in Goa. He was staying somewhere in Kandolim. I came to know about 2 days back. Because when Saurabh told me about all the things, I started digging most of the things. And my love for IIID was so much that I have kept everything locked after 2015 for my personal reason. And to find all the books and everything within a short period, it was not possible. But whatever was in my mind, whatever is there, and whatever paper I was having in my hand, I have just put all the things in place. Saras Randive was one of the leading architects during that time. His idea, when I talked with his son, his idea was that he was the main architect for most of the big players. An interior designer was for a big player came in 1972 to 1990. It was never for the common mass. Correlate with your timelines again. It was told that Rajan Bheri was a dealer or a proprietor in HVAC, in air conditioned field, where Feather Lloyd was one of the main players of the entire thing, and our head office was placed in his office. From 1972 to 1996, there, how to bring interior, how to show it to the people, something to be learned from. The main important thing, they were exhibition, and they used to go for exhibition which were known as Hong Kong interior and the Milan Festival. Milan Festivals, if you know about it, it is still going on. And now because of the technology thing, we don't go there. Earlier people used to go in group. And IID was one of the shows to take from India, a group. And if you see the first 100 people who have joined IID, only 5 or 10 were there in the first 10 people. 3 were there from Mumbai, rest from each and every part of India it was. It was from Chennai, Delhi, from all the metropolitan cities, first 100 were there. Later on they have left for some reason, so I will not come into that thing. So our membership was in a different way. Next. So what was the main idea of IID to grow? Unless and until you don't bring a glamour or you don't bring an invitee who is well known, we will not be able to do most of the things. So it was Nargis Dutt was called for the first exhibition, that is in 1976. She died in 1981, and this was the first time it was done in one of the rooms of Aberroy Tower, and this exhibition was taking place. So without a celebrity, without a politician, the function from 1972 to 1988 was not that strong. But the connect was very good with the masses to that. But the masses was only for the trade fraternity and the designers. There were very few designers who were doing interiors at that time. Next. If you see again some of the glimpses before what we have collected, I have collected, and all this have been collected within 2 days, in fact. One is Jaya Bachchan having a inauguration as a chief guest, and Rekha. Both were the limelight during that time. And the book what first published of IID was in 1988, where design was brought as a media. When at that time technology was just getting into India. Printing was going on a different scale from color, from black and white to color, and these things were there. And if you see, there were 4 players who were more important in writing work. One was Supriya Naik Shatam, who is the co-editor there. The picture is not that clear because it was been taken from the magazine inside. She was the editor that time. The main editor was Ajit Patel. She was assisting her. And Rajesh Krishnan was the controller of all this design things, magazines or newsletters and everything. And the main important head behind all these things was Ramesh Advankar, architect, who was in Mumbai, then shifted to Pune. And so these are some glimpses which I have taken from the book, from the inside, which was published about a year back. Thanks to Jabin for doing this thing, and I got this information now. The first I collected, from here I have started collecting the data. There are some data which are not there into IID book also. I have corrected it, that whatever I have, it is a black and white with me. Premnath was the main person in 1987 to 89. Again the second meeting took place. By that time there were about 8 to 9 foreign trips where they used to go from their own money. And to be frank enough, till 1990, everyone had paid from their own pocket for most of the things for IID. Even the interior of our first office in Sitla Devi was spent from their own pocket, and then it was built, not from IID kitty. I will not talk about who had spent and all the things. I have the record, but I will not be putting it right now. Second important thing, most of the things were hand in hand with the trade member to the designer one. The trade used to facilitate them in such a way that more information about the materials and other things were given to them. For the trade members, it was more on MRPT. I will not talk about that again. Main important thing, and it took almost about 4 or to 5 months to draft the bylaws, and the drafting of the bylaws made it clear that it had to be decentralized, because during that time the debate was going on in the assembly about the 73rd and the 74th amendment thing of the Panchayat Raj. It took a long time. It was, you go in the timeline and you will come to know all the things, and it has come in that way. And the bylaws had clearly mentioned each and every chapter and centers, and how it will be formed, what are the integrity, what are the good things and bad things about all the things. Main important thing during that time, Chandrasekhar Prabhu, who was a most of the thing for IID, he was a big help, because IID had a good connect with Rachna Sansad, and he was from a different school which is known as LS Raheja that time, and both have helped Rachna Sansad College and LS Raheja College, where Gurnath Dalvi was the principal, and Prabhu was the MLA from, I think, Tardeo or somewhere nearby. I am not clear about it. And he had helped a lot for IID during that time. Next. I was unable to get the information from Premnath, whatever was told to me, but I didn't get anything in black and white, so I have not put anything. But the thing which was told to me, I am just quoting it right now, because I have not put, for two reasons, because without paper I was not able to talk about it. The main important thing about him was, first magazine was brought out, printed in 88 by Atul Desai's term, and IID 88 was published in 89. That was told. I don't have the write-up, so I am not quoting it here, but I am that for your information. Nasik was formed during that time in 1991, and the showcase was done on a bigger scale for the first time. This was the second showcase, but it was done on a bigger scale. But I don't have anything in black and white, so I am not quoting it here. Next. All the teams and everything which I have written down are in black and white with me. When I talk about Bangalore, it was Bangalore chapter was formed there, and we took the premises for the first time, because earlier we were having with Federal Lloyd, our office was in Federal Lloyd with that office. We took a first office in Chitla Devi, which was a very small room, and within 1 year or to 1.5 years, we thought of expanding on a bigger scale. That made us, the first office was very near. Then we started Bangalore chapter that time. Vishwas Lele and Rajesh Patel was one of the instrumental things of doing this. Rati from Bangalore was the chairperson, and Raja Vatve, who was more helpful and instrumental from Mumbai, who shifted down to Bangalore, what was told to me, became the vice chairman. For the first time, IFI collaboration took place here, and he came to our office, and when the office was very small, but most of the things took place in that way. The third showcase was highlighted during that time. And the main important thing, the first life membership was given for a foreign national. He was a Singapore interior designer who got the first life membership. So our life membership started from there, because we wanted to go internationally that time. There are plenty of things. If I talk about one chairman thing, it will take about more than 2 or 3 hours. I've just put some of the highlighter things. Then the second term of Premnath came into picture, and he was well known during that time. Until now, his name is Prem, after all. We shifted our office during that time to Ratna Sansad because of two reasons. One, if you see, Ramesh was there. Two people from academy were associated during that time, which made them shift there. And later on, Vandrekar joined this committee. IFI in IIID became what awarded full members in the Nagoya General Assembly during that time. And for the first time, grievance committee was formed because there were two reasons behind that. One, service tax was imposed that time, and there were plenty of issues with the service tax thing. And IID was playing an intermediate role or playing an important role to serve our members from the grievance committee. The sponsor thing, I have just written it down because I have done on the 4 parameters, so you can correlate it with all the things. And the more important thing, I'll tell you frankly, as a valuer, the books of both the sponsor and IID has changed into that. It can be market value or it can be a book value. Both have changed from the term onward. Then we started with, it was Baroda chapter, now it is Baroda. Nagpur and Kolhapur was started in Lele term. Vishwas Lele was more dynamic and most of the things started playing in a different role. Design 10 was one of the big event, a national convention event in fact, for Pune. Japan Design Foundation met our EC members during his time, and our collaboration was more on a global level with LPG. And technology during that time just had taken on a different level. The telephone, the different media were more. So IID started with the website also during that time. It was very small and it made in such a way that each and every member was able to, by paying something, they were able to post their own portfolios into the web page there. Then Rajesh Patel, very good in computers and another thing. He had a different neck. The legal committee was formed during that time because there were plenty of legal issues which were taking place in practice, and to help our members, legal committees were formed. And Korean association were going on. So globalization, we were moving much more ahead, and we were part of International Federation during that time. In 2002, in fact, I met him couple of times for our IID thing because I have just put the application in 2001, but our chapter was not formed during the term for whatever reason. And but I had met him about 3 or 4 times, attended the meeting this time, and it was grateful. That time it was not called for the meeting, and we had started with it. The sponsors and all the things, we shifted to Ratna Sansad again during that time. Next. Conrad, we will call him the main person for Goa. He was instrumental to start Goa. He was very dynamic. It was Design Sutra 2003, which played a different role, and IID went on a bigger scale there. Next. You can read all the things. What I learned from him, a long-term policy for IID was needed. The last things are his quote, because from Conrad onward, I was in contact with all the presidents. So all the last lines are the quotes which were there, which had come into my memory, and I have quoted all the things. He was the first member to become IIFI president also, but not in his term. In Nitin's term, he became the president. From here, I was the EC member. Prior to that, I was going to meet all of them for some another reason. My term started in 2006 with Nitin Kelawala, and I was instrumental in starting most of the chapter from here. The main thing what Godrej innovation took place here. Corporate members were given a different platform. You correlate with your timelines. I'm not talking about the timeline, but you correlate with it. You will be getting why all the things have come into picture. Design cell was started by him, and more important thing, with the help of Rohini, plenty of things have started in terms of QIP. Continuing education programs were also started during his term. Like Ashok Butala, gem person, a good leader. The last quote, I have always quoted the last, just read the last things, you will be feeling his philosophy and his ideas. So all the things, and one first important thing I learned from Srikar sir was 1 hour is equal to n number of man hours. It's not 1 hour, it is the number of people who are sitting together. He taught me how to have a PRO in the society, how to bring glory for IID. Next. Bankim, my closest friend, my dear one. And Bankim Bhai, if you are listening to me, it was you who were telling me that I would like to see that you speak for the 50th year, and by the God of grace, I am here. And during that time, if you remember, I have just told, हम तो कठपुतली है, डोर तो ऊपर वाले के हाथ में है. अगर ऊपर वाला चाहे तो I will be there. Inshallah, I am here now. This was the word with Bankim Bhai. His quotes were always there that family and friends are more important, and they are also looking forward for you. Next. Nitin was my president where I was a secretary here. I have done plenty of things. I have not wrote all the things here. But the more important thing, we have to fight on the daily basis. Bindi is here, she will watch for it. A day without fighting with him, we would never have to sleep, because we had to work like mad. And we fought a lot. But we are very good friends till today. Yeah. Next. After that, I have that quoted down because I don't know much about it. I have to study that entire thing. So I have that quoting it. Here the International Center was started in Dubai in 2019. And the last एकदम में हो Jabin term had gone. I was not there. Sorry, Jabin. No, I have put it. I don't know. And no, I have put a disclaimer because I was not there in IID. I have noted down all the things. It is there in the slide. And I'll tell you, I have changed the entire slide today in the morning. The slide which is there with Saroj Wadia last night, and these are two different things. I had talked about the philosophy of each and every present there. Here I am not talking about anything about leadership or quality or anything. Yeah. This is today's photograph of 50th year. Huh? My apologies, Jabin.
It's okay.
Huh? No, it was there. I don't know. I have to just find it out because in his thing it is there. Yeah, and I have changed the entire thing today. Huh? My apologies to it again. The picture of today tour to Dandeli. Huh? Next. So you can see all the EC members with some of them enjoying it and the small. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Yatin, for the 50, taking us 50 years down, history, knowledge, experience, and design, of course. Okay, may I now invite President-elect Jignesh Modi to kindly introduce our President, Sarosh Wadia, the most awaited address for the evening.
Good evening, friends. Thank you, Yatin. Where are you? Yeah, thank you for, the backbenchers, the essential backbencher, for this very, very informative presentation on IIID. Hello, Pratap. So, and it is always fun to know what you don't know, what you usually don't come across. Any name you take today, you can Google them, you can find about, what they have done, what they are doing, where they have been, and all these things. So I think I'm taking a cue from Yatin in my introduction about Sarosh. And believe me, you won't find the things that I'm going to tell you when you Google him. But being a public function, we will avoid certain things, certain data that could be injurious to Sarosh's health, because after all, he is our president, and president needs to remain safe and sound. Sarosh comes from a family of builders and shipbuilders and builders. They have a 200-year-old legacy in this building construction line and shipbuilding. Wadias were typically shipbuilders. Graduate of CEPT, as you all might know, and practicing with his better half, Azmi Wadia, who has obviously a very strong influence on him. And all ladies have strong influence on all the men, so we cannot blame him for that. But Azmi is a very strong lady, and both of them have done tremendous service to both the institutes, IIID and II as well, on the national level as well. He is a multitasker. I mean, he won't sleep whenever there is a meeting, next day NEC meeting, he's working till 4 a.m. And then when I call him, to pick him up, that, okay, we have to catch a train or a flight and I'm coming to pick you up, he's always in the bathroom while I call him and I'm leaving. I assure you, I know that because, there's a different sound which emanates from bathroom when there are certain sounds which come and I can tell. But I somehow, assume that, okay, he's just going to get ready and I'm on my way. So multitasker. Another thing, like, there isn't a thing which Sarosh can't fix. Okay, be it any machine, be it a lawnmower or a motor, or even while we are traveling, the AC is not working in the compartment. I don't know, he produces a screwdriver from his bag or something or the other, a little torch or something, and he won't go to sleep until he repairs that AC. All right. So I think even if he sends a bill to the railways, they would gladly pay him because he doesn't overcharge. He's fond of music, plays various instruments. On the phone also, there are apps where you can find musical instruments like piano and flute and things like that, and he somehow plays it very well. And I think that's how he could patao Azmi in college. So I am assuming that, obviously. And I would like to say that because he can fix things, he is the right choice to be the president right now of IIID, because there's a lot to fix. If you all are aware or not, I don't know. So he is the right choice as the president right now. Very down to earth, very, very, very down to earth. And even if you don't ask for an explanation, he will give you an explanation. He will catch hold of you and he will explain it to you until you give up and you never question him again. So I don't know whether it's politics or is, the way he thinks, but then, you run away. You don't want any explanation from him for the rest of your life. And he will guide you through situations. If you are stuck, he will be there. 1999, Surat, as we also all saw here, Surat was formed, the chapter. And I was a rookie in 2001 when we had that regional conference. So I was working with him, and we were, putting up that shamiana on the ground and all those things. And I still remember Sarosh, he arranged for daru during those 3 days while we were working overnight, because otherwise he knew that we would run away. So in a dry state, arranging for, liquor, and the police station was just right behind. So he also suggested that if you want daru, you can just go inside and ask them. But we didn't believe him. Trust me, so he has the means and capabilities of making you work. He can entice you, but he will make you work. So this is for all of you, because Goa, he made just a phone call to Krishna 3 days back, and I know Krishna might be getting panic attacks, but then he finally managed, right? So he can do that, and this is the first example of he can get things done. Otherwise, obviously, if you tell him that you can't do it, he will start explaining how you can do it and why you can do it. So it's better to do it. He is a professor for the last 3 decades at the Sarvajanik College of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Architecture, the senior most professor, Professor Emeritus. So he has all the aspects of a leader, very calm, very soothing, and he faces all the situations, like a leader should. So that is our president, ladies and gentlemen, and a big round of applause for Sarosh Wadia.
Dignitaries in the audience, my dear NEC members, and my dear members of Goa chapter, who are meeting after a long break, I think after NatCon. Today we got together to celebrate the 50th anniversary of our August Institute, which was established in 1972 on the same day, 22nd of December 1972. As Yatin pointed out, another act for the architects was also actually formulated and was passed by the Parliament, which is called the Architects Act 1972. And we had this establishment along that act. So these were also a few people who thought that there can be a lot more action if people join hands. They realized it then. Pilavil Lemoria, then the other 2 gentlemen who were there, they realized it then. And they started functioning as an institute with a lot more enthusiasm because trade was brought in, an affiliate membership was brought in, and there were of course designers there. But interior design as a profession was very mixed up. Architects used to practice interior design. Anybody from any home science college could practice interior design because they had, in the last 2 semesters, they had a subject, still it is there in all home science colleges, the 2 subjects are there for interior design. So they were the first interior designers for India, in spite of India being the capital of interior design of the world. You see, go back 2 centuries, see our palaces. Everything is designed. We ourselves don't recognize it. Other people, when they tell us interior design is a new profession, India is a very old profession. The color schemes you see, you think anywhere in the history, you go and see palaces, you go and see old houses, and you see the skill with maybe they were not trained, but then were architects trained then? They were also not trained. So interior design was a profession which was brought to limelight in 1972 because some people felt that it has got something to cater to the general wellness of public. So it was like that. And the roots of it were very near Goa in Dandeli. Today we had touched the route program, and we had all, as NEC and some members of the Goa managing committee, along with us, came to Dandeli, and it was a very nostalgic trip to the anchor factory, which is spread out in several acres. The building is deteriorated. The office building where we established our registered office was still there, where we saw some photographs there. So what was the difference? 72, we had a rented office. Today we have an established office. In between, we had shifted offices, like Yatin told. We had a very small office. We had a small corner allotted to us in an institute, which was the Rachna Sansad, because some of our members were involved in teaching over there. And now we have established office not only in Mumbai, but in Pune, in Jaipur, in Baroda. So we've got 4 offices now. The institute, which didn't have an office, was living in a rented place. So we have established very vibrant 32 chapters and centers in India and 1 satellite center in Dubai. So this is what this 50 years has given us. This term, our theme is design synergy, which simply means working together of 2 or more organizations to produce a combined effect greater than the sum of their separate effects. So this time we are going to collaborate and work along with institutes. We thought of that, okay, and we started off with meetings. This will basically bring us closer to our mission, which is to improve collectively the quality of life in contemporary and future societies. That is our mission, according to our constitution. So this design synergy will cater to that. Unknowingly, somewhere it happened that IIA for the first time has invited us as the NEC to be along with them, along with their council meeting in Raipur, where there is a NatCon. On 6th and 7th there is a NatCon. On 5th they have invited us to have a parallel NEC meeting next to their hall when they are having the council meeting. And we have taken that opportunity. We are going to Raipur. We are going to have a collaborative meeting as well as a NEC meeting in another hall. And it is the IIA who is inviting us. They've also invited us to stay on for the NatCon as guests. We'll of course reciprocate in our own way, because we always thought that synergy is working together, and this is happening, God's grace. And I am blessed with a very young and dynamic NEC team, having a fresh input of 12 people who have never been in the NEC and who have already immersed themselves into working towards the theme. Now, here we chose to come to Goa and visit Dandeli. Now, Goa chapter has its up and downs, and it was founded on October 16, 2003. And the founder chairman is here with us, Rita Modi Joshi, who incidentally is my classmate, and then followed by Sachin Pairaikar, and of course she was ably helped by none other than Yatin as the honorary secretary. And then Amit Zarabkar, Pratap Nayak, Snehalata Pednekar, how can we forget her? She worked day and night with us on NatCon. Then Siddharth Nayak and now Krishna, who worked shoulder to shoulder today to make this trip to Dandeli successful. If he is not coordinating things, probably it would have misfired because we had very little time to prepare. So this is what synergy is. It is not just NEC working at something. We want to it across India through chapters and centers that the synergy works, not only with us alone but along with other institutes. Last term, our immediate past president has already started a satsang of IIID, Plumbing Association and a lot many associations which was called satsang, and they have participated in our online programs thoroughly. They've also given a lot of educative talks throughout the pandemic, and we are counting today that there are more than 200 programs online which IIID did. No other organization in India did so many. So this was a great thing. Pandemic was a boon. So from there we have taken a clue and we have declared IIID Connect. Now what is IIID Connect? IIID Connect is a fortnightly Saturday meeting with anybody who wants, any IIID member who wants to connect with the president and the office bearers in the NEC. There will be a few office bearers in NEC. I'll be surely there. Every fortnight from 12 to 1:30 Saturday, we'll be connecting. It could be the chapter chairman and the managing committees first. Afterwards, normal member can also connect because we want to work very closely. We don't have to have a pyramid which is very steep and the president is not connected. We want to have a very shallow pyramid and we want a direct connect with everybody. So that connect will give rise to synergy. So it is synergy within the organization also. Another thing which we have taken up on ourselves is regulating practice. Now what do you mean by regulating practice? Is it forming a council? Is it giving licenses? Because if you've seen licenses in India is one thing which is very lucrative for the government part, but eventually that nothing happens of it. You've seen our parallel, councils working and, nothing coming out of it, and still anybody can work as the title they have. So that is not the regulation we want. We want that awareness. Here synergy with public comes. If we make people aware, our members are the designers who are qualified, who can give them a design which can give them more space, which can give them good aesthetic interiors without compromising on human life. Responsible designers. That will solve our problem of regulating interior design profession. Today, more than 6,500 courses starting from 2 weeks to 6 months are running in India. Any college which has anything to do with even commerce is floating this interior design because there are people who are, forward in life, but they have to wait that period and then maybe go on with their life. They join these courses so that they have a professional standing and they come in market as interior designers. It gives us a very bad name because whenever a calamity happens like a fire or earthquake and buildings collapse or people die, the interior designer is first to blame. The interior designer might be an engineer also. Most times it happens that this building collapses now. If you trace the interior designer, somewhere an engineering graduate who knows the building qualities very well is also involved. But the blame comes to interior designer because we don't stand together. So if we regulate practice by licensing or making a council, is it going to help us? Maybe awareness will help us. and we can self-regulate the profession. We can make other people who are joining this after a 2-week course feel inadequate to practice, and they'll move out themselves. So we want to create opportunities of equality amongst our members and to go ahead with this regulation, which is self-regulation, and maybe step towards forming a council. So this is what our theme this term is, synergy. And I think we've started with a very good chapter. We're also planning to have this chapter center events wherever chapters are falling behind or non-performance is there by the committee, managing committee. So we are trying to have a galaxy of designers who will help us, who will be our ambassadors of design, who will go to the chapter. Maybe we'll find the NEC and the HO will finance that whole function with a tea coffee session and the lecture, so that our members start gathering. Unless you gather, unless you are with each other, you can't go forward. And today collaboration and synergy are the only way to leap forward. We don't need to walk now. That we have done for the last 50 years. Now we want to leap. So the only way to do it is through synergy. And that is what we are doing for the next term. And Goa is the first to join us in that. Thank you. Thank you, Goa. Incidentally, today is also a very big day for Kerala. Kerala is also having its foundation day today. And Kerala was actually established by architect N. Mahesh. He was the founder chairman, after which N.M. Salim came. Then S. Gopakumar was there, Rajneesh Clement was there. After that, Sajan Pulimod, Cherian Babu, Sudhir, George Mathai, and it is just now Sandhya. Now, just like we had a gem from Goa sometime back in the NEC, we had a diamond from Kerala in the form of Jabit Zacarias, who led from the front and led during the most difficult times when COVID struck. After a big conclave in Cochin, which he managed so well, next month was COVID time. And all that enthusiasm which was built up in the NEC to work, we had got a very good and very vibrant and good NEC that time, last term. And it was all squashed by COVID. But IIID didn't give up. She kept us. Jignesh was talking about me getting things done. You have to work under Jabin to know what getting things done means. She got things done out of the world. 200 programs, monitored everything she would be present in. And the term went very well. I think the term went fantastic. It was a very good learning experience. In spite of all the odds against you, we could still progress. So I think there is nothing to stop us, and I would like Jabin to put her a bit on our term and talk about something which she has in mind.
Yeah.
કેરેલાનું છે ચોક્કસ ઓકે ઓકે
Good evening, President Sarosh, or NEC members, friends, especially from Goa. This was a surprise invitation to talk a few words. Luckily, Shamini has said 2 minutes. The last term was really different. We know that. I won't say difficult, but it was very different. A term maybe seen unseen, because in spite of having that slide, even Yatin's presentation didn't come up. Yes, but Absolutely. I am so privileged to have had that 3 years, almost 3 years, because of so many reasons. Privileged to work with a fantastic NEC of 18 members and 33 chairmen whom we call dream weavers. Maybe dreams, like they also can't be got on slides. Yes, we did 204 online meetings and so many projects that it was often told that Dreamweaver's term achieved more than what we achieved in the past 5 years. It's not my claim, but it was the Dreamweaver's own complaint, why are you making us work so hard? So I have to say that, I owe it to them. If I look back, of all the projects and programs we did, I would like to highlight the term as the term of letters, because we took publication seriously, starting with a new look inside under the name Inkscape. We took our magazine to our members, first by hard copy, and then when COVID set in, as digital copies every month without failing. And then IIID stepped into serious publication, wherein we explored the joint narrative of design and crafts and brought out this wonderful book with Mapin Publications called Craft Interiors. But then, preparing for the Golden Jubilee, what is design? It's a lot of things, has to be practiced by professionals, and we should take care of so many things. But then design is also about people. We had design camps to make people aware, because design, I think, at the end of the day has also a face, like it's a life skill. There's something called design democracy, where design should belong to people, of the people, by the people, for the people. And on Golden Jubilee, the turn, it's also a time to be large-hearted. The synergy from people, 1.4 billion of Indians and 8 billion of this planet, where we jointly address a lot of challenges. Design can be an answer. But then here again, only 14% can afford designers. 86% of people, they can't even afford decent meals 3 times a day. But design, in its larger sense, is what is capable of giving happiness to everybody in spite of all social economic barriers. Like Winston Churchill said, and I always quote, we first design our spaces which shape people, and people, through their thoughts shaped in those spaces, shape our tomorrows. So design is a powerful tool which can touch and change lives. We have to empower our people also. And towards this, last term, we came up with a beautiful publication, handbook on design tips, largely with graphics, because even people who doesn't know how to read or write, looking at those pictures will be able to understand the basic needs of life and cope up. So today, I think when Sarosh and the new NEC team looks at this wonderful theme of synergy, this book can contribute as a tool to amass the synergy from people, and all the unfinished dreams, if at all something is remaining, yes, we hope to realize through this term. We have to now emerge as a strong force. 2 years of COVID, IIID needs a lot of visibility and synergy from all of us here, through organizations holding hands to take this ahead. I wish the Golden Jubilee President Sarosh Wadia and his team and all of us here a wonderful Golden Jubilee year. I would also request Sarush and MOC to kind of take up the next part of distributing the
I want you to
felicitation.
say-
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. That was powerful knowledge sharing and sharing of the vision, synergy. We are all excited for this 50th anniversary term. I would request President Saroj Wadia to kindly join us, and new President, immediate past President Jabin Zakharia is also on top. We would like to honor and felicitate, the pillars or the building blocks of Goa IIID who helped us shape the IIID chapter in Goa. I would request our past chairpersons, the founding chairperson first, Architect Rita Modi Joshi, to kindly next. Yes. Book on. Shita? Architect Sachin Pai Raikar. These are all our pillars, our building blocks, IIID Goa, past chairpersons. Pratap Naik. Architect Amit Zarabkar couldn't make it today, so we'll call Architect Snelata Pednekar next. Architect Siddharth Naik. would also like to call upon founder member of Goa Center and ex-honorary secretary Yatin Kanalkar. We had the 4th edition of Space Design Award 2022, and we would like to acknowledge and show our gratitude to the jury members, Architect Ashley Mascarenes and Architect Rohit Hede, for your valuable time and contribution. Ashley. Architect Rohit Hede couldn't join us today, so thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. May I now request the National Honorary Secretary Shamini Shankar to kindly join me up here and take forward the proceedings.
Sorry, I forgot to announce that Chennai chapter also celebrated its foundation day yesterday with the Galaxy. It's also a fairly new chapter, but it's also done a lot of work, a lot of past chairmen there who have done some work. And we have a very vibrant chapter led by Ravi Meenakshi Sundaram right now.
It's okay.
Good evening. I'd like to call upon the golden team of Saroshas. So I just call upon President Sarosh Wadia. Could you please come up? IPP, Jabin Zacharias. President-elect and Treasurer Jignesh Modi. We have Rajiv N, who unfortunately is not with us, but he is here in letter and spirit. We have Joint Secretary Aditya Kambatla. We have executive members, Leena Nimbalkar, Neeraj Shah, who again is with us in spirit, Bindi Salapurkar, Ganesh Kumar Wable, Anshuman Sharma, Haresh Parsana, Mehul Kamdar, Prashant Reddy, and Sunita Varghese. Yogesh Thakkar is unfortunately not with us. And I'm the Honorary Secretary, National Secretary, Shamini Shankar Jain. Yeah, it's good. No, I'm here. Oh, goodness. Thank you. I've just asked you all to stay because we'll cut the cake.
Oh, very good.
Cut the cake. Yeah.
Where do we cut the cake?
Would you like to do it down here?
Yeah, we can do it on the table only.
Come. We can keep it down here on this table. On this table. So we're just about to cut a cake, and we'd like you all to join us. So a very happy Golden Jubilee Foundation Day to all of you. I'll take this. I'll take this.
स्पेस तो होना है.
Come, come. Yes, all of you. Krishna, come. Krishna, please come with your MC.
MC.
Request everybody.
Requesting all the MC members to kindly join us. Go on.
Oh, okay. Okay, okay.
Kindly join us. Sumed Naik.
Come, family.
Sumed, yeah, I forgot about Sumed.
Rajesh.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sheetal.
There is Jignesh.
Siddharth. Siddharth.
Yeah.
Could we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Signesh, you have to touch your hand at least.
Okay.
इधर आ जाओ.
Would you want?
Somebody should sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to us.
Yay! Yes. There's a seed inside, huh?
I'll take it out and cut it into small pieces.
That's it, that's it. Now, the rest downstairs.
Yes. Yeah, and take a small piece from here. And there.
You have one.
I'll take small pieces.
Shamini.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Aditya.
We'd like the NEC to stay on the stage, please. We'll take a group picture. No, with the, yeah, yeah. The MC, the NEC, please come on stage. Arish? Can you take a picture?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Take a group picture.
Okay, who in the NEC is left?
Here. Bindi.
Bindi. Oh. I don't give small pieces to anybody. You give me. Because you be strong to work through the term.
Okay. Yes, here. Pieces.
Okay, so
You give me only cherry.
we could just have a group picture. So can we all have everybody? Mehul?
Lena, you have to come back.
Come.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, group picture. Very good.
Arrange ourselves.
Ah.
Please. No, we'll linearly align.
Yeah, some way, maybe straight.
Not the curve, but linear.
Oh, Ganesh ji.
No, उधर से कितना भी आ जाएगा क्योंकि U करे तो 2 layers हो
Ganesh
जाएगा.
ji.
Linear better.
Jignesh?
Live streaming, you know.
Anybody?
Nobody.
Live streaming.
Form the linear. Come ahead.
Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Thank you. Thank you. Can this be? Yes, that will come soon. Yeah. I'd like to conclude the official Golden Jubilee celebration right now with a vote of thanks. To all our members who have been with us through our live streaming, a welcome and thank you so much for being with us. And I would also like to thank the Goa MC, Krishna, his team, all the past chairmen, and all you members, thank you so much for being with us. I'm sure you had other compelling things to do, but you must understand that the synergy has started many years ago with our present MC knowing many of you. So Rita Modi, Pratap Naik, Snehalata, Yatin Khandolkar, Siddharth Naik, our synergy started many years ago and now it's time for action. When we were told that we were coming to Goa to actually go through this momentous journey down memory lane, I was a little nervous because I was thinking that Goa probably, the chapter is a little relaxed. But Krishna has surpassed all my expectations and so has his team. And that's why I think that synergies are becoming strong right from today onwards. Krishna, you have been amazing. Over the last 10 days, I cannot tell you how much we all have been bombarding him with requests, changes, you know, with so much to do and how to do and when to do. And it has just been amazing. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Guru Prasad, Fauzia, and of course his entire team. I must also say the people behind all of them have also been very gracious. We've had wonderful people taking us to Dandeli. People there looked after us, and we are back to be with all of you this evening. So thank you so much for everything, Goa chapter. We start from now on.
Request Chairperson Krishna Faldasa to kindly join me here in felicitating the MC members. So let me first invite President Sarosh Wadia. Along with our chairman-elect, Sumit Naik. National Honorary Secretary, Shamini Shankar Jain. Along with our Honorary Secretary, Pallavi Satadekar. Joint Honorary Secretary Aditya Khambakla. Past Chairperson Snelata Prabhakar. Yes. NEC member Leena Nimbalkar. IMC member Anaga Fernandez. NEC member Bindi Saulapurkar.
Vice President is not
NEC member Harish Parsana. IMC member Guru Prasad Mantravadi. MEC member Yogesh Thakkar. Okay, MEC member Mehul Kamdar. IMC Praveen. NEC member Sunita Varghese. Along with IMC member Sheetal Morajkar.
Now I have to tell you all about Sunita. Sunita was our remote control to get things done in Goa. She heads the events committee for the NEC. And as you all know, I've got young, bubbly members, 12 of them, who are doing this for the first time for the NEC. And she has handled it very well. So thank you, Sunita.
NEC member Prashant Reddy. Along with Rajesh Kengre. Please. NEC member Ganesh Kumar Wable. Along with our founding past chairperson, Rita Modi Joshi.
Okay, sure.
NEC member Anshuman Sharma along with our past chairperson, architect Siddharth Naik.
One side.
NEC would like to felicitate Chairperson Krishna Valdesai, Vice Chairperson Fauzia Khan, Chairperson-elect Sumedh Naik. Can you please come on the stage? Honorary Secretary Pallavi, Treasurer Siddharth Deshpande. He's not there. IPC Siddharth Naik, Jayesh Fadke, Gurprasad, Anaga Fernandez, Praveen, Rajesh, and Sheetal. Can all the NEC members come up, please? We can take a nice photograph with them. And after this, we will also ask the past chairpersons to join us.
Thank you so much, everyone, for attending to today's momentous occasion. On behalf of IIID, Goa, and the NEC members, thank you all for everything, and dinner and cocktails are open.
Clyde.